What's up all you guys, welcome back for another video. Let's talk about Tupac's crew in 1996. This is a major crew. Deathrow Records were at their peak in 96. Let's look at this West Coast all-star lineup. On the left, we got Big Syke. Big Syke was from Inglewood, California. He was the only member in Tupac's Outlaws and Thug Life crew that was actually from the West Coast. He was a Crip. This is amazing. Big Syke was Tupac's OG. He used to get advice from Big Syke the whole time. Tupac was a Crip. He was crippin' before he was MOBing it. Yes, that's right. Big Syke and Tupac actually had a fallout. End of 96 before Pac passed. Big Syke wanted to become a big star. Asked Suge, can he sign him to Deathrow Records? Suge obviously told Pac. Pac told Big Syke not to sign. He wanted to sign him on his own record label, Death Row East. But Big Syke couldn't wait. He was similar to Big Stretch. He wanted that limelight. He was Pac's West Coast connection. Big Syke, rest in peace. We got Big Suge wearing his white suit. This is super rare. He never wore that suit since 1992 when they started Death Row. The Death Row party, you guys can check it out. He's wearing a white suit. He usually wears the red suit. That's when he became the devil. You know what they said? This man was a beast, holding that cigar in hand. Expensive watch, Death Row chain on. MOB mobbing it. Just like back in the days. Well, Al Capone and Scarface. But this was a West Coast tip. We got Corrupt right in the back. You can see his head. He's from Rolling 60s. He's actually a Crip. He was born in Philadelphia, later moved to Los Angeles, moved down to Slauson. He had the backup of Big U. That was Big U's boy. And Suge Knight was obviously Mob Piru from the start, with Mob James and the rest. And we got Snoop Dogg, Long Beach Crip. LBC is in the house, folks. Snoop Doggy Dogg was Tupac's friend at this time. He was the head of Death Row before Pac got in there. Snoop slowly started falling off with Dogfather. He had a fallout with Pac also. They had frictions over New York when Snoop wanted a piece of it after Pac didn't want a piece of it. Snoop had just beat the case. He became a father. He wanted to move on. Pac was moving at a whole different pace, whole different frequency. He also had a fallout with Corrupt over business while they're in Mexico. In about, I think it was about April, they had tensions where Corrupt was too buzzed. He didn't want to listen. He told Pac, treat me like the Outlaws, and Pac did. He said, well, I'll get an outlaw member to fight you, because Corrupt wanted to fight Pac, and Pac would have took him out and he would have smoked a cigarette or something with him later on. Corrupt was younger. These guys were 4 or 5 years younger than Pac at the time. That's pretty young. Snoop Dogg also had the fallout. And we got MC Hammer. Tupac's another OG of Tupac. Tupac had many friends, many enemies, and many OGs. A lot of people say he doesn't have friends or OGs. He had a lot. MC Hammer was his advice, just like Big Syke. He was from Oakland. They had that Fillmore connection. Tupac was actually from Oakland, California. He was also a West Coast rapper. He moved there in his later teens from Baltimore and New York. Pac was all over the place. He was worldwide. But he was more of a West Coast artist than a New York. He tried to fit in with the New York when the New York scene was hot. Then it was all West from there. Pac said it. We've been beating you guys for 3 years. Since 1993, the West Coast was finally winning. MC Hammer fell off, but Pac was writing his songs. He wanted Mr. MC Hammer, you can't touch this, a get back. Made songs with them. They made songs together. They liked each other all the way to the end. They never had a fallout. This was one Pac never had a fallout. Respected MC Hammer too much. MC had a lot of backup. He was basically the king of Fillmore at that time. And you got a surprise guest. Look all the way right. You got Reggie Wright Jr., a young man, possibly in his 30s, still a police officer wearing a bow tie, looking like an assassin out there, folks. Looking like a made man. All these guys are made men. This is crazy. Pac was only 25. MC Hammer's about 30. Suge's about 30, 31. This is an insane pack of crew of guys. We got Papa Doc's bald head in the back. You guys can't see him. He was also a big figure backstage at Deathrow Records. Successful label group. Reggie Wright, who actually ran Death Row in 1999 when Suge got locked up, was Suge Knight's right-hand man. Reggie Wright Sr. was a cop. Reggie Wright Jr. is on Gangster Chronicles. You could see him on Bomb First. He's a Death Row member. This is insane. Look at this crew, folks. Could Keefy D and the Crips, Southside Crips, even handle these guys? Could BG Knockout handle these guys? Are New York guys stronger? Wolf and all these guys like Big Meech from Atlanta and P. Diddy, they were considered the A side. This was actually the B side. This was the more wilder side. Who do you guys got? Death Row or Bad Boy? West or East? Pac for life. All you Tupac fans, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more news. Rest in peace, Tupac. Amaru Shakur.